Thank you for joining me. Your host is Dominique Rivera, and you are watching Divine Encounters. It is Wednesday night, wherever you are watching this. Thank you for being here. All of you Apple TV, Android TV, Roku, Amazon Fire, Facebook, YouTube seekers. You guys already know what we're going to be bringing you today. Another inspiring story from another wonderful guest. And today's going to be no different with our supernatural story time. So stay tuned, grab the popcorn, grab the kitties, grab the family, because we about to get it.
It's paradise inside of our hearts. It feels so nice to pray in the dark. Beings of light, see who you are. 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 See who you are.
Welcome, seekers. I am your hostess, Dominique Rivera, integrated energy therapy master instructor, Reiki master teacher, psychic medium, and your hostess with the mostest crowns. Today's little birthday girl. Turning 25 again. Please don't Google me to find out my real age because that's not very nice. All right, make sure you guys are liking and subscribing. Welcome to season 4. Encounter more here on Divine Encounters on the E360 TV network and Trajectory TV channel. We are live streaming every single Wednesday and Sunday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Time for your entertainment. And of course, every Wednesday night at the end of our supernatural story time, we are doing a collective reading. This show is filled with not just a beautiful story, but we're also going to be having a mindfulness experience where you're going to be able to shift your energy. We're going to have the angel number for the collective message of the week, and then finishing that off with a collective reading. So prepare yourself because you guys already know this is not a passive viewing experience, but we're here to play fully out. So make sure you bring your high quality H2O with you so that way you can move that energy as we're going through the feed. If you want to work with me as an energy coach, student, or want a alchemical tattoo and are in the Philadelphia area, or you would like to work with me through Zoom, check me out at oracleofapollo.com. Looking forward to seeing you, seekers. All right, let's bring on my guest of today. His name is Kiyoshi, and I had the wonderful pleasure of meeting him somewhere in the middle of the forest in Carolina. I meet a lot of people in the random woods, but I swear he's a real person. So make sure you guys throw those hearts up, smash those likes when you're watching this, and welcome our guest. And with a crack of thunder, you have arrived.
I am here. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it. It's an honor.
Thank you for my receiving my invitation and being here with me, Kiyoshi. Let everybody know at home a little bit about who you are and what you do.
Yes, everybody. My name is Kiyoshi Shelton. My artist stage name is Kiyoshi, Kiyosshi. I am a musician, rap coach, rapper, singer, artist, student of life, and I'm based in Michigan, Ann Arbor, Michigan, to be exact, suburb area right outside of Detroit. I was living in San Diego for the past 10 years. Prior to the pandemic, during the pandemic, I wanted to spend time with my family, so I moved back home to my roots here outside of Detroit. So yeah, happy to be here.
Hey, I have never been to Detroit. That's somewhere I have to go.
Yeah,
Although I
it's a
did hear
vibe.
there was communities there too. I heard it's also kind of like a Badlands though.
Not no, it's on the up and up. I mean, it's definitely experiencing more of a cultural renaissance right now. A lot of people are, bought some property. The city spent a lot of money renovating it. There's a lot more to do, so it's definitely thriving. It's like Motown, techno, lot of arts and culture here. So it's really
Nice.
getting that rebirth happening right now. So yeah, Detroit is definitely got a vibe right now.
And forgive me, everybody, I totally spelled Kiyoshi's name wrong today, so don't come for me, y'all. His name will be correct when he plugs himself, so make sure you guys are paying attention to that. All right. So I like to start off every I'm so sorry. I like
No,
to
it's all
start off
good.
every episode with what we call is the angel number for today. And today's no different. We have an angel number that I ask for in every single episode. And what I like about these is that we used to do them as a card for today. But in season 4, we're doing angel numbers. And you guys already know my cards always corresponded to the story. And you guys know I don't like to hear anybody's story before we jump into the program. I like to be surprised just like you guys. So today's numbers brought to you by the number 241 angel number. And we're going to see right here right now what the angel 241 number is. We're going to break it down by individual digits, Kiyoshi, because we're going to talk about numerology just a little bit, and
All
then
right,
we're going to get into the actual message.
cool.
All right. So the angel 241 is a combination of the energies 2, 4, and 1, which are all different vibrational frequencies. The number 2 adds its vibrations of attainment and happiness, diplomacy and cooperation, relationships, because it's definitely a soulmate number, service and duty, finding balance and harmony, selflessness, faith and trust, and your divine life purpose and soul mission. So that's 2. 4 resonates with honesty and integrity, practicality and application, hard work and responsibility, because we know luck is the luck that we make, traditional values, patience, inner wisdoms, diligence and determination to achieve goals. And number 4 also relates to our personal drive, passions, and purpose. And number 1 brings with it the attributes of the initiative, instinct, and intuition, self leadership, and assertiveness, new beginnings and a fresh approach, action, motivation, striving forward, and progress. And then number 1 reminds us that we, which is a manifestation number, we create our own realities with our thoughts, beliefs, which and then turn into actions. So, what does this mean for the collective and for you, Kiyoshi? It means that Angel 241 is a message from your angels and all of you at home to maintain faith and trust and continue your positive affirmations, to maintain an optimistic attitude and high expectations, and you will clear the way for miracles to happen in your life. Hold a strong, clear connection to your intuition and your higher self, and listen to your intuition and angelic guidance. Take positive action as directed. Angel number 241 tells you that you can ask for extra help and assistance with a long term project or a new venture you are considering. Be aware of opportunities presenting in your life and trust that they are taking place for good reason. Take up these opportunities as they are for your betterment and will help you to achieve long term success. Angel number 241 is a message that positive affirmations, visualizations, prayer, and faith will manifest as abundance, fulfillment, and happiness. A positive attitude and being grateful for your blessings activates the law of attraction. All right, Kiyoshi, what do you think about this number for your story today?
I like that. I mean, it sounds like no matter what, stay on the path, stay optimistic, stay driven, committed with integrity, honor, and yeah, stay. It's like stay focused on your purpose while doing the best you can to be of service with all the passion and purpose that you can totally embody.
I agree. And what I like about this, especially when we're talking about music, which relating to
Hmm.
you, is music are affirmations. So it's like whatever you're consuming and remembering and then repeating and singing along to, you're affirming in your body. So I feel like
Hmm.
this is an important lesson of be mindful what you're consuming.
Hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Actually, the story I'm going to be sharing relates to a song that is called "I Am Love," which was uh, one of the 5 songs off my first affirmation album. Actually put out 2 affirmation rap albums, and so yeah, I'm all about that.
Nice. And I actually have a question before we jump into our mindfulness moment, which is what made you want to create an affirmations album?
That is a great question. So, as far as my understanding goes, with the subconscious mind, with repetition and what you put into your mind, whatever is playing over and over, that's more. Your subconscious mind is like a tape recorder, just takes in whatever comes, good, bad, um, and it's really susceptible to whatever you feed it, before you go to bed and when you wake up, get into that data. But overall, it's like it's going to take in whatever music really influences our subconscious mind. So studying that, looking at Bruce Lipton, Greg Braden, and then being a musician, my father's a music teacher, just understanding how music operates, at an early age, and then seeing how it influences the mind, I realized that it's powerful, and that I wanted to really create music that gets into people's subconscious so that they're staying inspired and fulfilled, encouraged to really create beautiful things in life, as opposed
Mm.
to like the degradation or destroying each other, like a lot of the mainstream music that people often reference when they hear about hip hop or rap culture, but it's so much more than that. So I wanted to flip that and provide a beautiful alternative for people to really create awesome opportunities and manifest their dreams through these affirmations to uplift and inspire.
Do you think that I'm from Philly, so we're a
Hmm.
predominantly hip hop city.
Yeah.
Um, do you have you witnessed or have you felt or have you seen what we're saying right now in action? And what I mean by that is I understand that when we have the affirmations, we see the positive change in people when they're repeating these affirmations. But on the flip coin, these songs about degradation, have you personally seen the effects of what this kind of low vibrational music does? Or I'm going to even call it unconscious music. I don't even want to call it low vibrational music because I like Cardi B.
Right, right.
But have you seen that? And what effects do you feel like are attributed to that unconscious music?
Yeah, I've definitely seen it. Like when I was going to school at Eastern Michigan University, um, we party in the club, a lot of alcohol involved, and they'll play on some um, bust his head, mother effer, and throw the boat, beat a mother effer up, and this and that. Like there were literally multiple fights that would occur. I would attribute it
Mm,
to the music being played, and I'm like, God damn it, come on, we spent all this money on our outfits, trying to look fresh, holler at the ladies, and got our drinks, invested like $100+ for this night, and then it happens, and then it's a fight. Now we got to go back home. This happened multiple times, so it's just like, okay, not blaming on the music, but definitely music had a big part in that,
it's an
along with the
influencer.
alcohol. Yeah, and then I grew up in the church. My dad was a music teacher. I've seen people literally catch the Holy Ghost. I've seen people, in the parade, the community really get amped up because my dad's marching band was doing certain things. I've seen, you know, late years later on in life, I got moved to California. I'm from Michigan, but I moved to California, was involved with the Bhakti yoga scene, kirtan, and seeing people really connect with God, and realizing the power of music is like we're all channeling, we're all connecting to God. It has such an effect in so many ways. I mean, it's the most powerful force, music and comedy. People can be of different races, and you can go to a big stadium, and no matter where people come from, it's like you can all be in unison with music. So a
Wow.
bit, yeah, relating that to hip hop is like, hip hop was built on love, unity, foundation of community, and reflecting the struggles of inner city, Bronx, New York, in the '70s. And so, I mean, it's an outlet. It's what we were able to use as to channel our frustrations, our happiness, our joys, all the good and the bad. Um, and I feel like certain powers that be realized the power of it and kind of flipped it and put out certain, it was very strategic to put out certain individuals and in the limelight, pay them off, whatever, and kind of keep the Black communities, urban communities, kind of suppressed and more easily controllable because of because of all that, because they realize the power. So yeah,
Wow.
it's very powerful. And
I,
so
I
like yeah, go ahead.
I agree. And Plato also states about using theater and music as a form of purging. When
Hmm.
we can't tap into our own sadness, when we can't
Yeah.
tap in, how many people who have gone through a trauma or something, and they go, "Well, I've never cried
Hmm.
for this,"
Mm.
but then I watched this,
Right.
the Marley and Me or whatever movie, where the dog dies at the end.
The dog,
And
yeah.
then it's just like,
Oh, right,
I'm
right.
crying all my sorrow from all,
Yeah.
all of my years of being unable to cry. So
Right.
Plato does say that these things are tapping into the shadow and allows us to a cleanse of sorts. So the ancient Greeks
Yeah.
did believe that music and theaters were a form
Hmm.
of cleansing. And
Oh
then
yeah,
if you flip it
absolutely.
on its head, like we're talking about now, it can be a form of degradation.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Wow. Woof, we got deep real quick. Okay. We're going to jump into what we call the mindfulness moment, but first we're going to do a vibe check. And so, for everybody at home right now, seekers, where are you at energetically in this moment? This is a moment to pause, just a real quick little moment to pause and reflect and take notice of where honestly and earnestly are you at in this moment from 1 to 10. 10, the most amount of energy I can have in my body. I'm super elated, happy, everything's perfect. And 1, I'm in desolation, devastation, super low energy. I can't even barely pick myself up. So take a second, notice, and in the comment section below, seekers, go ahead and put your number in now. Okay, Kiyoshi, where are you at from 1 to 10 in this second? And then
I'm
also
about
give me a feeling word.
okay. I am about an 8. Feeling word would have to be mm, refreshed. I feel kind of refreshed. I just worked out at the gym, came home and kind of relaxed, but I feel refreshed. Feel good.
Okay, thank you for
Yeah,
sharing. For
absolutely.
myself, I feel like an 8.6 and I feel enthusiasm. I like how big
Nice.
my eyes got right there when I said that. Enthusiasm.
Yeah, good.
So we're
Like
gonna go
that.
ahead and use some of these positive affirmations that we talked about in our angel number. And we're gonna breathe into that for 60 seconds, and we're gonna put that on the clock. And if this is your first time watching Divine Encounters, welcome, bienvenue. And all you're gonna have to do right now is stop looking at us. I know, right? So easy. Close your eyes. You deserve it. You're gonna hear the bell. We're gonna all breathe together for 1 minute. Let's go. All right, eyes closed, and 60 seconds is now on the clock. And we're just going to breathe in the ability to bring in and recognize positive affirmations in our life. If that looks like self praise, congratulations, you've done more than enough. Look how far you've come. You've endured more than you thought you ever could. You are brave. You are strong. You are love. And just breathe into that. And if you see, feel, hear, notice, recognize any tension in any aspect of the body, breathe into that. And we're just going to let that go with the breath. And just letting go of old stories, old programs that don't allow us to be the best version of ourselves for our highest and greatest good and our highest and greatest healing. And just bring 1 second of gratitude to yourself. Give yourself a nice moment of gratitude. Thank yourself for just being here in this moment, doing this work for yourself without any expectations. And with that, we gently come back into the body, wiggling the fingers and the toes, and bow to all of you. Namaste. And come back here and just take a second and find your feeling word and find your number. And where are you guys at energetically from 1 to 10 now? 1 being the least, 10 being the most. And what is your feeling word now? And did you feel anything? Did you feel hot, cold, shifting, tension, memories, colors, any kind of release? And pop that in the comment section below. Kiyoshi, how about you?
How about me? How am I feeling? Felt a little tension, like in my low back, leg area, and then I released that, as I said, breathe through it. Then I felt more of a release and relief, and felt a little, like weight lifted. So thank you for that. Um, and overall, yeah, I feel pretty good. Feel pretty clear.
Did your number change?
Yeah, I'll say at 8.4 now.
Nice. And the purpose that we do this is to teach people at home that no matter what kind of day you are in, what kind of mood you're having, no matter where you are at, in 60 seconds, you can change your mindset, change your mood, and change your vibe. For me,
I like
I'm at
that.
a 9.6, and I would say I feel grounded. I feel like more stable. And it's interesting that you mentioned the lower back because in integrated energy therapy, the lower back houses the kidneys. The kidneys are what I like to call the spam folder of the body. And essentially, if we become overwhelmed in any aspect of our life, it goes into the spam folder. So it's kind of like the catch all, the filtration system, because the kidneys deal with fear. And fear doesn't just come from, there's a lion, but fear comes from, am I making my bills? How am I going to get that flight to where I need to go? Does this person like me? What do the critics really think of me? What if I put this out and no one watches? And it can literally be anything. And so this is the catch all. And the hips and thighs area are spaces where we hold on to constrictions and oppositions. So, and these are things that we hold within ourselves. I just wanted to share that with you because the body
Yeah,
talks and we need to listen.
beautifully. Absolutely. Thank you for that. Appreciate it.
Thank
Yeah, the
you.
body's super interesting, like the more I learn about it, how everything's connected, it's super fascinating.
Thanks. So we're going to jump into a real quick, brief commercial with our sponsor, Warrior Goddess. And then we're going to come right back with Kiyoshi's story. And if you want to be sponsored on Divine Encounters, or you want your show plugged, or your podcast, or anything that you're doing, get viewership with our audience, please email me at divineencounters@e360tv.com, and we can make you a stinger and a bumper and a commercial. And of course, feature you here, not on just Divine Encounters, but on the E360 TV platform. All right, let's go. We'll be right back. Thank you for watching Divine Encounters. I am your hostess, Dominique Rivera, the Oracle of Apollo. And if you are watching this episode, it is my birthday episode. And you guys already know I am already planning for the next humanitarian mission that we're setting off to this summer and this year. Going to 2 places this year. All, creator and source willing, trying to get to Romania with the power of we. But I am asking for all of you guys' help. We are building a retreat to Colombia to help break the 100-year cycle of pandemics by bringing holistic medicines to impoverished parts of Colombia, to the women and children. And if they have access to this, especially like sometime we had during COVID, when they don't have access to traditional medicine because of poverty and all of the things that have hit Colombia over the last many, many years, then we are going to be bringing these things there. We're going to be bringing nutrition, Reiki, integrated energy therapy, but we are paying for this out of pocket. So if you want to be a sponsor for that, as I film a little mini documentary series while we give back to these communities, please email me at divineencounters@e360tv.com. all sponsors, every dollar is going to be going right back to this humanitarian mission in Colombia in July. So to be the blessing, we also have to be the blessing. All right, so let's bring Kiyoshi back on. He's going to do a supernatural story time for you guys today. And Kiyoshi, I know most stories start with once upon a time or in the beginning. And then with that, take it away.
All right. So once upon a time, there's a man named Kiyoshi. In 2015, I was getting ready to film a music video with my crew. We had a whole crew, had a director, had assistant director, had the whole nine, cameraman and everything, dancers, puppets. And so anyway, I was at my buddy's house, and I went over there so that we could pack up the 2 vans that we had to put the puppet gear. And we had a whole spaceship in the van that I was taking, along with some band instruments. We were going to have like us acting like we were playing instruments for part of the music video. And in the other van, my buddy was driving. He had some other instruments and the rest of the instruments in there. So anyway, he took off. I left using his van that he had. So we had like a whole full van. I picked up my buddy on the way. It was going to be held at Trilogy Sanctuary, which is in La Jolla, San Diego. It's a part of San Diego. Really beautiful Trilogy Sanctuary. If you ever get a chance to go out there, super dope. Got a lot of really cool yoga and rooftop amazingness there. So yeah, anyway, we were on our way to go to Trilogy Sanctuary, which is on the rooftop. We were going to shoot the music video there with everybody in the crew. So I picked up my buddy, and as I was driving there, I noticed the brake fluid was getting really low. It was like brake fluid. And I was like, okay, well, shoot, felt like my brakes were okay. And so I was like, all right, well, we need to check this out as soon as I get there. But it was too late. So after I picked him up, we were coming off the highway, and I was like, all right, I need to slow down. I was going about like 50 to 60 miles per hour. And I was like, oh shit, the brakes were going. It was like not budging. Nothing was happening. I was going, and I didn't think of hitting the emergency brake. It was just, I was in like this crazy flow state where I just had to do something. My heart was beating. I looked at my buddy real quick. It was all like everything happened so quick. And next thing you know, there was a car to my right. And somehow I needed to get over because there was like cars in front of me. I'm like, I need to do something. I somehow ended up in front of the car. I'm like, what the hell? And then I knew I had to do something. So I was just like turning the best I could. The car was hardly turning because I was going so fast. And there was like a road going this way and then a road going that way. I'm like, what the heck? The next thing you know, I'm like, oh God, I hit something. And what happened was we ended up on our side. Next thing you know, I saw smoke and, glass shattered. We were on the van was flipped on its side. And next thing you know, there was like firemen coming, opening up the back trunk out of nowhere. I'm like, what the heck? What just happened? Like, I'm just out of it. Like, what the heck? How did they get here so quick? What I realized is that I hit it's like a brick mailbox to the fire station in San Diego in La Jolla. It was like out of all places, it's like you want to be there, immediate help. So
like having a heart attack in the hospital.
Yeah, exactly. Something like that. So they're like, just come out. I'm like, what the heck? So I just did as they said. I'm out of it. I'm like, and there was no blood or nothing. Me and my buddy came out just totally, we had like I had like a little bruise from the seatbelt on my upper chest. And my buddy, afterwards, we both had like a little back pain, but nothing too serious. We were like, shit, should we go to the hospital? We were like, let's go back to the music video shoot. We should have went to the hospital just to be safe, because we did have.
We got more important things to do than check our health.
Right. Like we gotta shoot this video. We've been planning for this all year. But anyway, yeah, there was like multiple cop cars after that. Like police, firemen helping us out. So the vehicle was damaged. It was totaled. It was just, I took pictures. It's like our van is laying on the side, glass shattered, it's totally destroyed. But it's crazy because like out of all places I could have gone, like it was like I could have been anywhere. If I would have went a little like 8 feet to the right of it or 5 feet to the left or whatever, it was like I could have hit somebody or ended up going, I don't know where I would have been. It was just like, whoa, God put that there. It seemed like like I was supposed to hit it. It was pretty much clear to my mind, like, oh snap, out of all places, I was supposed to hit that brick mailbox. It's like, all right, I don't know. I guess it's destiny. Because after that, I mean, there were so many lessons in this, but immediately after, it was just like, so much shock, definitely PTSD. We ended up going back to the music video, shooting that. Um, and it was like, I mean, I had so many thoughts come up to mind. I was just totally out of it. I ended up shooting the video, but the video again, like I mentioned it before, it was for the song called "I Am Love," and then the music
Mm.
video is about the story that we were creating was basically um, the story of me traveling with the group of space alien puppets who take me back in time to my childhood where I didn't love myself, where I was abandoned and other kids, like shunned me when I was trying to play a game. So we had this whole like music video shoot with little kids and space puppets and spaceships taking us back to that moment where present Kiyoshi was like, hey, little Kiyoshi, love you, man. Love yourself. You got it all. Basically that message, like self-love, like I am love. You are love. Like you don't need external validation or nothing. Know who you are. Know your worth. Yes. So it's kind of like on so many levels, it's like, whoa, wait a minute. I felt like I left, went to heaven and came back down. Like, hold on, I need to live this life. I need to do something. Like I felt like something happened where I switched realities and I came back and hit that mailbox or something. I don't know. It's just the theory I have. So anyway, yeah, that like it definitely relates to that story of self-love. Like, man, I got this one life to live. I'm definitely here for a reason. And I might as well go all out. So I use that story that as a reference point / reminder to tell me, hey man, like no matter what, Kiyoshi, in business, relationships, life, whatever it is, take chances, love yourself, go all out. Cause you only got like in this lifetime, you only got one life chance to live. So live it up to the fullest. You could have been dead right there. So it's like, it's so cliche. Yeah, God can take us out at any point, at any moment. Like we could die in our sleep, whatever. But that was like a tangible moment where I'm like, oh snap, okay, I'm here for a reason. Otherwise, God could have taken me out. Like he wants me here. So I might as well live it up. Because I am love. Live that love. Um,
Wow, it added
yeah.
like an additional layer of significance.
Hmm.
It added a depth, a layer of depth to the
Yeah.
importance of what you were creating. And at this point, you were no longer creating a music album. What you
Right.
were creating was a legacy.
Yeah, totally. That's exactly you put it well said. And like um, put it exactly how kind of like what I was thinking, but didn't word it as such. But yeah, it's definitely a legacy and bigger than what I knew I was creating. Um,
And I know that that album, how long ago when did this happen?
yeah, great question. This is 2004. Wait, 2000. Yeah, 2014 or 2015. So about like 8 or 9 years ago. July 2014 or July 2015. I
And so
forget one of those
you
years.
didn't actually get checked out in the moment, but were there actually any consequences to this hitting the mailbox afterwards? Like did you go, "Whoa, my knees hurt for like 10
Oh,
minutes?"
I definitely had PTSD driving on the road on the highway. I was definitely scared, like getting in front of somebody else, switching lanes. I was just like freaked out. Definitely some post traumatic stress. Um, that happened for a while, and eventually, like right now I'm fine. But maybe like up to 6 months after that moment, I had some like just really kind of nervous energy when I would drive.
And it's interesting because I had a similar experience, not with a post box, but in December, I actually totaled my car. The control arm rusted off, and I spun out across two lanes at 65
Mm.
miles per hour and hit a
Whoa,
brick wall. And this
whoa,
was like
sheesh.
after a time of, um, finding out my partner was having an affair, putting
Mm,
my house up for sale, then suddenly my car getting hit, and it was just
mm.
like dun, 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 dun. So what
Whoa.
looking being able to look back and have that retrospect of this
Hmm.
moment,
Yeah.
what do you feel like shifted inside of you cellularly? What
Yeah.
integrated
Ooh.
inside of you? What fundamental thing was created by the seed of that
Hmm.
moment?
Yeah. Great question. So many layers, so much depth. But yeah, so much. Again, going back to the realization of, hey man, I might as well live this up. I need to live life to the fullest, and I can do anything. Like there's no like I don't need to be scared because it feels like I already died and came back to life. Like I just go all out, 100%. That in addition to yeah, realizing that life is short and you can be taken out at any moment. Again, it's cliche, but like for real, like better. Like if this was your last day, what would you do? Like damn, like I might as well. So yeah, I've definitely found more value in each day. Taking time to tell my loved ones and my family and friends, hey, I love you. Um, that in conjunction with having so many friends die, like
Mm.
realizing like shit, I might as well just, hey, I love you, like thank you, telling people you appreciate them more. So but ultimately, yeah, just like living it up to the fullest, 100%. I can't hear you right now, Oracle.
Do you feel like you honor that all the time, or is this something that kinda at times you need to be reminded
Yeah,
about?
I need to be reminded of it at times for sure. But definitely it's there, and like even talking about it now is giving this it's giving me more insight and a beautiful reminder like, hey, just live it up, Yosh, like to the fullest.
So,
So
I have a real question then. I mean, there's all
mhm.
real questions, but my question is, and maybe someone out there needs to hear the answer to this particular question, but Kiyoshi, if you fully lived a life that had no fear, what would you think you could accomplish?
Damn.
If all fear was removed from your life, from your scope, no matter big,
Mm.
small, past, what would you be able to accomplish?
Wow, that's a potent question right there. There's so many. There's the subconscious fears that I'm and blind spots that I'm not aware of that I've been seeking. So I guess to answer your question in all of its fullness, on all those levels of fear removed and me fully honoring and living it up, what would I accomplish? What I would accomplish is um, I feel like I'd definitely be living more of a life of abundance, a life of serving and having all of my needs met so much that my cup would overfloweth, and that would just be dripping in so much amazingness, financially, opportunity wise, being able to travel, live my dreams, more of that, because yeah, I'm living without all those fears. What's holding me?
Mm.
Why I haven't done that? I guess living my dreams that I know I can and intend on. Like I said, I'm on a continual journey to remove the subconscious blocks and fears because I know that that's exactly why I'm creating these songs and why I'm doing the all the self-help work that a lot of us are doing is to remove these blocks that we're not consciously aware of. So I want to get to the bottom of that. So yeah, getting back to you.
Is there
Go ahead.
something in your scope right now that you're like, "Okay, what," like, I know when I'm working on a specific target to move something through
Hmm.
or move through something, not move something away, but move through something,
Hmm.
and I lean into it. What
Yeah,
is it the thing that you need to lean into right now?
right now. Um,
I'm giving you all the hard ones today.
yeah, I guess. Yeah, for sure. I guess it's everything that I've been slipping up in, like let's say time, really honoring my time management for everything, being super disciplined and super focused, not getting distracted. I find myself to be distracted, where the distractions can cause less organization of flow that I know I can create from a better space when I'm in that disciplined flow. Um, those are the things that come to mind. There's probably more, but
Yeah.
again, there's probably some subconscious stuff that my conscious mind doesn't know, but I'm on this journey of learning what those are.
Well, thank you. And I
Yeah,
and I know an aspect of making that music is the lessons that you're working through and the things that you're leaning into. And
yeah.
I heard this phrase the other day that I thought was really beautiful. And it was, we became the adults that our inner child needed to feel safe.
I like that.
So
That's
this
deep.
is what your story is bringing up in within me.
Yeah,
And so is there anything in your heart that you want to share, something that you want to drop off? I feel like all of us have something that we've been through or feel like as the collective, maybe someone could take home with them and keep in their pocket for a rainy day. But is there anything here that you want to drop off to the collective?
absolutely. What download is occurring right now is going back to that the story that I was initially creating in the I Am Love music video that we were planning on shooting. So the actual music video, as it stands right now, it's little because of the accident and things that got destroyed as a result of that. We couldn't really portray the original story, which was all about self love and loving the inner child. So I feel like this needs to be spoken right now. I actually work as a community engagement manager as well for school social work for a project at the University of Michigan. We actually had our fourth meeting with different community members. And what we're talking about is mental health, behavioral health for African American boys and men in the community. So I feel like with mental health and relating that to this music video, I Am Love, it's all about, it's like healing these traumas and understanding that trauma is stored in our cellular DNA and that there's so many levels of healing. And I feel like a lot of my journey is all about loving that inner child and forgiving ourselves, forgiving those people around us, our parents. And some of the greatest breakthroughs I've seen for myself and others in my 40 years is doing just that, loving ourselves fully, forgiving those around us that we might have had some tension or some bad blood with. So really like ultimate true love. Like, can you really love those people that have hurt you or your parents when they treated you like shit or whatever it is, and going back to that little child. And I know a practice that may be helpful for y'all out there is to find a picture of little you. Maybe it's you when you were getting abused or when you weren't feeling like you could publicly speak or when you're a little too shy to dance or you got teased or whatever it is, finding that picture of you that you want to send love to, like, and just telling little you love them and just hugging it and just sending like white light, golden light of love to that moment or to that picture, that younger version of you, and then bringing that into the present and knowing that you're even more filled with love. um, it may sound a little cheesy or corny, but it's actually really, really powerful. I know a lot of people who've done this, and it's a very helpful practice. And I still, even talking about this, I want to do this more because that ages 1 through 7 is a very pivotal moment, time period that can impact and leave a blueprint upon our lives. So, yeah, relating to everything we're talking about: mental health, self love, sending love to your inner child.
Thank you. And I think that's beautiful. Before the age of 3, we don't even have enough not emotion knowledge within us to understand fear or trauma or anything like that.
Yeah,
So I think
right.
this is a great technique, and I'm gonna try it for myself. Healing the past heals the present.
Hmm.
And as we continue to heal, everything around us is influenced and affected by our own
Yeah,
healing.
absolutely.
Let everybody know at home, Kiyoshi, where they can get a hold of you, and if they seem that they want to work with you or they just want to connect.
Yeah, absolutely. Um, yeah, you can find me on my Instagram, my YouTube, my website. So my handle across the board is Kiyoshi Music. That's my name, then music. So KIYOSHIMUSIC. on IG. My website is that.com, so KiyoshiMusic.com. And my YouTube channel is youtube.com/KiyoshiMusic. And you can also email me if you want to get some more information at info@KiyoshiMusic.com. I'm also, like I mentioned before, I'm a transformational rap coach. So I teach people how to empower themselves, how to break through and face their fears, public speaking, singing, rapping, using freestyle and poetry as tools for personal self-development. So finding creative nuances and ways to really empower yourself to write a song or flow. And this can be transferred and empower other areas of your life. So I do one-on-one coaching, consultations, as well as courses. And I have an upcoming course taking place in a couple weeks called Expand Your Expression, which takes people on an 8-week online journey through songwriting, live performance techniques, and freestyling. And it's in a group setting online. We meet on Zoom. Super dope, very transformational, lots of fun. And at the end of the course, everybody have at least one song written and performed. So hit me up if you're interested in that. Would love to have you.
Wonderful. Definitely check him out.
Yeah.
And his music in general. He's going to put his Spotify, I think, in the comment section below when this show airs, because we're pre-recording this. Kiyoshi, has been an honor. I'm going to pop you in the back room. We're going to finish this off with a reading, bring you back for final thoughts, and then I have to assimilate what the lesson for the day is still. It's still integrating. All right, I'm going to pop you back. Thank you again for your story. All right, ladies and gents, you guys already know, Seekers, we like to do the midweek collective energy check-in, and that's going to be for the collective. And let's see what's going on in the forecast. Happy birthday, Aquarius. All righty, we're going to go here. We're going to start off with our first card for the collective and Aquarius. So I like that we're starting off with this Courage Butterfly card. It's kind of in alignment with everything that we talked about with this, with Kiyoshi's story. To get to who we need to become, we have to have courage. And courage is the energy of being afraid, but stepping into that, leaning into that, and taking action anyways, despite being afraid. This does not make you fearless. This makes you courageous. We have for our next card, adjustments are required. So for the collective, are you working through something that may feel like it is not yielding, not moving fast enough? You're not seeing the harvest of this. There's something here that isn't fully developed or is obscure or is blocked. And this is an aspect of this is this courage card that we have. So what adjustments do you need in this moment in time to take in order to create and expand and fulfill? Is it time management? Is it traveling somewhere? Is it admitting you need help? Only you know the answer to that. But adjustments are required here. So do not be too shy to ask for help and clarity from your guides. Okay, we have right here, it's in alignment. This is echoing a lot of this story today. Be brave and honest. This is echoing an aspect of that angel number that we had today, which was the angel number 241, which an aspect of that was honesty. And when we are honest with ourselves, we can't expect other people to be honest with us and forthright, but we can expect that from ourselves. And sometimes we deceive ourselves and stay in situations that do not serve us. So when we're scrolling too long, we justify it, etc., XYZ. The life that you are living is made and cultivated and created and saturated with your DNA. You're living the life that only you are making right now. And if there's a different life you want to live, then there are different actions we need to take. So let's see what we have for our next card. Don't relinquish your power. Relinquishing our power can look like allowing people to step over our boundaries, us not placing boundaries within ourselves, a time where we ignore our needs or our needs are not being met by others. Whatever this looks like to you, it's time to call back your energy. It's time to call back your power. Where are you limiting yourself by not honoring something that is essentially a need for you. Okay. I'm not saying a want. I'm not saying a wish. I'm not saying a hope. I'm saying your needs, your core fundamental things that you value within yourself. And finishing this off from the Golden Girls Tarot deck, because you guys know I'm an old lady already, 25 again. We have Sophia, and she has the lion next to her telling us strength. This is the strength card. And here's the thing about strength. We think strength is actually a masculine energy, but in this particular case, it's a feminine energy. And what that means is strength is gentle. Strength is the whisper saying, I'm going to take action today. Strength is eventually becomes the roar of confidence, but it starts off soft. She holds in the original tarot, the woman holds the lion's mouth open and the lion allows it. This is not something she forces the lion to do. This is something that she invites the lion to do, and the lion trusts her and she trusts the lion. So at times we have to open the mouth of the lion in full faith and trust, like our angel number today, and step into that, so that way we can manifest, create with the law of attraction, because luck does not exist. We formulate our own luck by vibrational frequencies and bring that to us. So we can do all things as long as we choose to do them. And first, we have to find the strength within ourselves to recognize that we're worthy of them. All right, let's bring Kiyoshi back on. Kiyoshi, any thoughts on this reading today?
I love it. Totally resonate with it. Yeah, I mean, first I just want to give you a big shout out on your your speaking skills. You're very you're fun to watch, and you have a great personality on camera. So
Thank
I'm just
you.
enjoying it. Like the whole layout, I didn't expect all this, like the commercials and then the music.
This is a TV show. This is what we do.
It's official TV show. Yeah, I love it. But yeah, the cards definitely resonated with them, especially the strength and how you said, it's not all about just physical strength. It's just, other dimensions of strength as well.
Yeah, we think that we have to be like already a bodybuilder, but
Yeah.
it took courage and strength to go lift the weight up to begin with.
Right.
So we're all strong. We just have to allow ourselves to step into that.
Take strength to do something that you've been afraid to do, whether it's writing a song or taking a leap into finding a new job or
wearing leopard print tight pants.
Wearing pants. Yeah, there you go. That's strength as well, for sure.
Sure is. We're breaking all the fashion rules today.
Right.
We encourage everybody.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Kiyoshi, thank you so much. We're going to wrap this episode up with Con Mucho Amor, and I'm going to feel into what I learned from this beautiful story today. So stay tuned for our final thoughts, and don't forget, tune back in Sunday night where we bring you your horoscopes and your angel blessing numbers for each sign. And every Sunday night, we have one winner to receive a live psychic reading. Okay, let's see. Con mucho amor. Do you or someone you know experience something supernatural that has left a positive impact on yourself or the lives of others? Want to share your story on our show? Please email Divine Encounters at e360tv.com. And together, let's create divine experiences. And now, the Oracle's final thoughts con mucho amor. Man, I feel encouraged, inspired, and motivated to recognize and reflect on the things that have happened in the past and bring remembrances of their importance to reinstill, reintegrate, and revivify. If that's not a word, I'm making it up right now. I'm claiming it. Okay. But it's kind of like to re-spark an old ember. What things in your life have you forgotten about that actually brought you into a space of who you've become? We get a knowing bias at times, where once we come out of a space of ignorance and into the space of knowledge, we forget what it was like to be the fool. And then we can't empathize with people who are on the journey as the fool. Remember, we all start from somewhere. And it just takes a little spark, a little ember, a little prayer, and a little action. And the wheels will start turning. Once that momentum builds, you too can become an unstoppable force. Go forward and encounter more. I dare you. And above all else, may you all go in love, light, and wisdom To know thyself, love thyself, and remember the divine always has your back. Till next time, ciao.
Everything is wrong, you feel like it's your fault. Just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life feels lemons, just hold me. Just hold me.